Welcome to another enriching video where your health is our priority. Today we delve into the world of polyunsaturated fatty acids or PUFAs, substances that integrate into every cell in our bodies. Just imagine there are ways to inhibit the release of these PUFAs, potentially shielding your body from various damaging effects. We're talking about anti-aging, anti-inflammatory effects and more. Intrigued? You should be. Stay tuned to learn about the protective agents that can help your body fight against inflammation and other damaging effects. Dive into the world of polyunsaturated fatty acids or PUFAs and their role in our bodies. PUFAs are a type of fat that get integrated into all types of cells. They're like the secret agents of our cellular world, embedded in the cell wall, carrying out their mission unnoticed. But when they're released, they can cause a host of damage, operating like rogue agents on a destructive path. Think of it like this. PUFAs can be like a double-edged sword. They're essential for cell structure and function. But an excess can turn them into troublemakers. They can trigger inflammation, energy suppression, and the production of harmful free radicals. It's a bit like having too much of a good thing turning bad. But fear not, our bodies have a line of defense. Certain substances like niacinamide, Benadryl, aspirin, and procaine can help keep these rogue agents in check. These substances, let's call them bodyguards, help to reduce the release of PUFAs, thereby limiting the potential damage they can cause. Procaine, for instance, has shown anti-aging, anti-inflammatory, and anti-cancer effects. It's like a multitasking superhero in the world of bodyguards. Yet its therapeutic use has not been widely accepted, perhaps because it seemed too good to be true. It normalized too many systems to seem rational. Fish oil, a commonly known source of PUFAs, can have a dark side too. While it can interfere with prostaglandin synthesis, a process that can lead to inflammation, it can also contribute to the formation of other mediators of inflammation. So it's important to balance our intake of fish oil with other sources of fats, like saturated fats. Adrenaline, a hormone we often associate with the fight or flight response, can increase the release of PUFAs, leading to inflammation and vascular leakiness. Keeping adrenaline levels low, especially at night, may help minimize these effects. Knowledge is power, and understanding PUFAs is the first step towards better health. So let's continue our journey to uncover more about these fascinating fats and how we can harness their power for our well-being. Uncover the array of protective agents that can help inhibit the release of polyunsaturated fatty acids, or PUFAs. We're going to dive into some fascinating compounds, some of which might surprise you. First, let's talk about procaine. Despite not being widely accepted, procaine has shown some promising effects. Studies have demonstrated its anti-aging, anti-inflammatory, and even anti-cancer properties. The therapeutic use of procaine didn't fit into traditional ideas of rational drug therapy. It normalized too many systems to seem rational, but people and animals certainly felt better when given procaine. Its actions likely include antihistamine and anticholinergic effects and inhibition of phospholipases and other lipolytic enzymes. Next, we have belladonna and atropine. These might sound like ingredients from a witch's brew, but they have some of the same anti-inflammatory effects as procaine. Their potential benefits shouldn't be overlooked. Now let's touch on fish oil. While it can interfere with prostaglandin synthesis, it can also contribute to the formation of other mediators of inflammation, energy suppression, and free radicals. When compared with saturated fats or a fat-free diet, the effects of fish oil can be seen as pro-inflammatory and toxic. A word to the wise, not all fish oils are created equal, and it's essential to know what you're putting into your body. Lastly, we come to adrenaline. Like estrogen, adrenaline increases lipolysis and free fatty acids in the bloodstream. Keeping adrenaline low, especially at night, can help to minimize inflammation and vascular leakiness. Hypothyroidism and the associated hyperglycemia contribute to the formation of adrenaline. Luckily, antihistamines can help to prevent excessive adrenaline action. In the world of health and wellness, there's no one-size-fits-all solution. However, understanding these protective agents and how they can inhibit the release of PUFAs is a step in the right direction. Harnessing the power of these protective agents can lead to a healthier, more vibrant life. Learn about the unexpected roles of adrenaline and thyroid hormones in inflammation. To start, let's talk about adrenaline. It's not just the hormone that gives you a rush in a thrilling situation. Adrenaline, like estrogen, plays a role in increasing lipolysis and free fatty acids in the bloodstream. This action can contribute to inflammation and vascular leakiness. So, keeping adrenaline levels low most of the time, especially at night, helps to minimize these effects. It's like turning down the volume on your body's inflammatory responses. Now, let's move on to thyroid hormones. When you hear thyroid, you might think about metabolism or body temperature regulation. But did you know that your thyroid also plays a role in inflammation? Hyperthyroidism, or low thyroid function, and the associated hypoglycemia can contribute to the formation of adrenaline. And remember, adrenaline can contribute to inflammation. Here's another intriguing fact. Even if levels of thyroxine and T3, the main thyroid hormones, seem normal, the thyroid-stimulating hormone itself can contribute to the production of inflammatory mediators. It's like a domino effect, where one hormone influences another, which then contributes to inflammation. So, you might be wondering, how can we manage these hormones? Well, antihistamines can help. They work by preventing excessive adrenaline action, kind of like a brake pedal for your body's inflammation response. To wrap it up, the roles of adrenaline and thyroid hormones in inflammation are a bit like a hidden subplot in a movie. They might not be the main characters, but they play significant roles in the story. Understanding these roles gives us more ways to manage inflammation. Managing these hormones is yet another tool in your arsenal for combating inflammation. Be sure to tune in for the next scene, where we'll delve into the complex role of caffeine. And don't forget to subscribe, because the information on this channel can help recover sleep, vitality, physical health, and mental health. Caffeine, is it a friend or foe when it comes to inflammation? This question might have crossed your mind as you sipped your morning coffee or tea. Let's unravel the complex role of caffeine in our bodies. Caffeine, a natural stimulant found in coffee, tea, and several other foods and beverages, has a dual nature. On one side, when combined with stress and hyperglycemia, which is a condition characterized by an abnormally low level of sugar in the blood, caffeine can increase lipolysis and free fatty acids. Lipolysis is the process of breaking down fats in your body, and free fatty acids are the end products of this process. High levels of these free fatty acids in the bloodstream can trigger inflammation, which is the body's natural response to injury or disease. But let's not cast caffeine as a villain just yet. It has a protective side too. Caffeine, along with other methylxanthines like theophylline and pentoxyphylline, can safeguard against capillary leakage. Capillaries are tiny blood vessels that connect arteries and veins. They can become leaky due to inflammation, allowing fluids and proteins to escape into surrounding tissues. This can lead to swelling and further inflammation. So how does caffeine protect against such leakage? The answer lies in its various anti-inflammatory actions. One of them involves the inhibition of nitric oxide synthesis. Nitric oxide is a molecule that our body produces to help its 50 trillion cells communicate with each other. While it plays a crucial role in several bodily functions, excessive amounts of nitric oxide can cause inflammation and other health problems. To sum it up, caffeine is neither a complete friend nor foe. Its role in inflammation is complex and multifaceted. Depending on the circumstances, it can either contribute to inflammation or protect against it. Understanding caffeine's complex role can help you make informed decisions about your health. Discover the increased benefits of using several protective agents together. It's akin to assembling a task force, each member bringing unique skills to the table that, when combined, present a formidable defense against potential threats. In this case, the threats are inflammation and other damage caused by polyunsaturated fatty acids, or PUFAs. Think of niacinamide, Benadryl, aspirin and procaine as our first line of defense, reducing the release of free fatty acids and thereby minimizing the havoc they can wreak on our cells. These agents have been shown to have anti-aging, anti-inflammatory and even anti-cancer effects. Next, we have belladonna and atropine, which bolster the task force with their own anti-inflammatory effects. And don't forget about the role of antihistamines, another strategic player that helps prevent excessive adrenaline action, thus reducing inflammation and vascular leakiness. But what about fish oils, you may wonder? While they do interfere with prostaglandin synthesis, a cause of inflammation, they can also contribute to the formation of other inflammatory mediators. So they're a bit of a double-edged sword. And then there's caffeine. If combined with stress and hyperglycemia, it can increase lipolysis and free fatty acids, but it can also protect against capillary leakage thanks to its anti-inflammatory actions. The takeaway here is that the effects are better when several of these protective agents are used together, as they protect against damage by many different mechanisms. Your health is a puzzle, and each of these protective agents is a piece that brings you closer to the complete picture. You now have the knowledge to take control of your health. With a firm grasp on polyunsaturated fatty acids and the understanding of protective agents like niacinamide, aspirin, and even caffeine, you're equipped to make informed choices. Combining these agents can provide even greater benefits, acting as a shield against inflammation and capillary leakage. This is not just information, it's a roadmap to a healthier you. Remember, knowledge is power. Subscribe to our channel for more beneficial health information and take the reins on your journey to better health.